All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. We're back with Deadly Class Season 1. We are at the penultimate episode, at least I think it is. Is it? I don't know if this is an 8-episode season or a 10-episode season. I thought it was 8. I could be wrong, but either way, we're up to episode 7. It is called Rise Above, and it's another pretty good episode. Really good. This is not like, again, not quite top tier, but really, really good anyway. Like, I shouldn't try to be grading all of them, but this one has a lot of cool stuff in it. So let's just jump right in, full spoilers if you have not seen this episode. A lot of Chester, a lot of French Stewart, and a little bit of a predictability plot from Lynn. And let's just get that over with then. So, David Zayas from Dexter, he plays Chico's dad. You know, he's there to find answers, and they question Maria and Lynn, and basically then threaten. So like you can just tell where this is going. This whole thing, like you know, he's threatening, you know, everyone. Chico's dad is, and you know, Lynn, who does have a family, the only reason they reveal he has a family is so they can put him in jeopardy. You know, that part's really predictable. The storyline between him and his sister is really predictable. The fact that you know that the sister, sooner rather than later, is going to find his family and then exploit that. And while I think, you know, I really like Lynn and I love Benedict Wong, and the acting from everyone is fine in those between him and his sister. It's just so predictable that it's just not very interesting. It doesn't, like, I don't want anything bad to happen to his family, but I mean, they're making this happen, you know, and it's just too much, you know. And I don't know, like, how much of this storyline I can take. To be honest with you, his sister really annoys me, and not in like, oh, she's doing her job. I just don't care for that part of the story. But poor Maria, let's just talk about her too, since we're already talking about Lynn. So, you know, she's getting pressure from Chico's guys, and they want results, and they're going to kill her. And, you know, without anybody backing her up right now, which is what happens at the beginning of this, you know, that she runs off and nobody goes after her. And so, even though they, you know, at the time they think that they're doing something good without any help, you know, like, yeah, they're in it because she killed him, but, you know, she killed him to save Marcus. And now they're kind of abandoning her. And she's already, you know, bipolar. She's already got lots of problems. And now she's, you know, being forced by, you know, threat again from Chico's dad to get results. And so it does result in a pretty crazy scene, you know, with that song that really, I don't know what that song is. I think it's German. That's a German song, I think. Where she kills a couple of the Yakuza guys. So now that's going to start a whole thing with her and Saya. But it gets her off the hook for right now with Chico's dad. But she's drowning. She is way over her head. And somebody needs to start worrying about her pretty soon. And then now we got our Chester story. So we finally get to hear about what happened from Marcus, and like through Marcus's interpretation and Chester's interpretation of the events. But Marcus's interpretation, just so that he can let Saya know what's really going on, and we find out what happened at the boys' home, all in the comic book animation. It is really, really cool. It's really cool. I like the voiceover. I like the plan. It is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought, you know, like I knew there was a bomb, but then they had the needles, and they also throw in some pretty heavy. Okay, so he's working in this sweatshop. This boys' home is a sweatshop. It's got some very overt anti-religion kind of themes here, also Reagan, anti-rich, and I know that this show's got a lot to say, and it's kind of a cool time for this show to be out, to be able to say what it wants to say right now. But wow, is it pretty heavy-handed here? I don't mind it, but I know there's going to be you know, you're gonna piss off some of the audience here, and that's ballsy, and I gotta tip my hat to them for being this kind of like in your face about it. Because even though this is set in 1987, they're talking about other stuff too. So, but I love the whole needles in the mouth thing. That is fucking hardcore. And him sitting there with Chester and having the matches behind the painting and feeding him the poison sandwich. Having the bomb go off when they go in there. I mean, he says it all, and he's being cold-blooded about it. I love it. I love that, because Chester's a fucking psycho. He was made one, but he's a psycho. And then the bomb goes off, the needles go into everybody's faces. The place gets burned down, but he went there to actually get justice. He messed some people up, but he handcuffed the librarian, who I figure will probably be back in some form. We didn't see a body. Maybe we're supposed to believe she died in that fire, but maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I'm just saying, prepare for the librarian to show up at some point on this show. Just because no body, no death. But then, Chester killing everyone. And again, his obsession with being famous, being on TV, kind of part of that whole thing. That's never really gone away. It reminds me a little bit of Natural Born Killers, Chester's storyline. But then we also get Chester, who is fucking crazy. They call him, is it fuckhead or fuckface? I don't know. But either way, Sci-Fi is allowed to say fuck a lot of times. And it's on basic cable. So anyway, I guess I'm advocating for saying fuck on basic cable then. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's just do it. But because they say his name a lot. But so I don't get too sidetracked. Jesus Christ. So Chester got all messed up in that whole thing, and Chester sees it as he talks to Chico's head, which I love that it's not, I'm glad that they didn't write it as Chico. Like, he's just kind of imagining what Chico would sound like, and he's basically, the things that are coming out of Chico's mouth are just things that Chester wants to hear. And again, it can't get any more clearer to how he feels about animals. So anybody ever again in the comment section tells me that he's not banging animals, we're clearly watching different shows. I don't know, maybe Deadly Class is some new show on the TLC or something like that, where it's, actual Deadly Class. Oh, it's not, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like one of those True TV shows, Deadly Class, where it's like every week they cover a new school shooting. I don't know. But anyway, so Chester, he's obsessed with being famous and being a serial killer, and he wants to prove him. He's just batshit. You do get that moment in the bathtub where you find out where pretty much all his psychosis comes from, his family. And that it appears that his dad's the first person the person who forced him to have sex with a dog. I'm assuming that's what it sounded like. He said he didn't like how he loved him, so he took him out back and made him. So I'm assuming he made him bang a dog. And yeah, that's going to mess you up. And then when he says, that he was feeling safe in the boys' home, and that, even though the guards were mean, they were better than his dad. Yeah, that's all well and good, Chester, but when you're also cutting the face up of your roommate and shit, that's just wrestling. That's just boys being boys. I don't know. Chester's one of those characters that definitely I love to hate. I think the actor's doing his best here. I think he's doing a really good job. Now let's talk about somebody else who's doing a really good job in this episode, and that's French fucking Stewart. Holy crap. He was okay in the other episode that he was in, but when they got him full on, like Hannibal Lecter practically in the basement or wherever they find him, this is the best French Stewart has ever been since Third Rock from the Sun. And I'm sorry, but I'm thinking of everything that I've ever seen him in, and most of it's not good. Okay, most of it's not that great. He's kind of a very... you got to write certain things for this guy, and most people can't do it. Most people just want him to be crazy oddball, but in this, he's crazy oddball, but like normal crazy oddball. Like he's a serial killer, but he's eloquent. And yeah, he's capable of great evil. He's very well spoken and not just off the wall bonkers. I mean, he's completely fucking psycho, don't get me wrong. But the way French Stewart gets to play this is great. When he tells Billy, cut me some slack, motherfucker, I'm in the city. It's just great. And I was afraid he was going to die. I was afraid he was going to die at the end. And it's like, oh my God, I am advocating for a serial killer on TV to not get killed. I just didn't want him to get killed against other bad guys, okay? I want the good guys to take him out if he's going to go. Okay, so when he went up to fight the other bad guys, I was really happy to see him disembowel that guy. And that was pretty gruesome, man. He did some Negan level shit to that guy, practically. And Chester, of course, is an admirer. But they really don't get any further, and that kind of bugged me too. That they just get in the car with Brian Posehn as their... Can you please cut me out? Oh my God. Thank you for listening to my complaints. They just get away. Like, come the fuck on, man. We went all this way. We took all this episode to get there. We finally get to the animal shelter, which is another just disturbing image, and no payoff. No real payoff. He stabs one of his underlings, kills him, and then they all just run away. Come on. But no, other than that, like, this is a really good episode. All the music is really good. I love the whole thought of Chico's head talking in the bucket. That's great. Adds another level of insanity to this show. And I'm really, really excited to see where they're going to go next. It seems like Lynn's got the gloves off to interrogate who is responsible for killing students. And that means that the Yakuza, so we got to get to the Yakuza now, like Maria killing those guys. Yeah, that's going to be a whole other thing, man. They're really ramping it up. So anyway, that's it for this episode. It's really, really good. And I hope you liked it too. I hope you liked this video. So if you did like it, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Otherwise, this is Robert Smirking Gun Review saying you can check out all my other videos that I've just put up. I just put up Captain America, the Winter Soldier review. We also earlier put up, it's been a what else did I make today? That's really bad. Umbrella Academy. You can watch all the episodes of Umbrella Academy reviews I just put up too. Otherwise, we'll be back Sunday with Walking Dead, and then more MCU reviews, Deadly Class next week. So have a great night, and we will see you next time. Bye.